Fall garden getting started. It's October 15th, 2023, and everything looks happy and is underway. We got a little wind blowing today. Had a cold front come by last night. We finally got some cooler weather around here, and I'm just gonna give you a quick tour of what's growing and what you can grow in October. So if I start from this end, that's spinach that's left over from the summer. I grew that all spring and summer. And we got peanuts here in those two containers right there. And they started sending down shoots back in September to start producing peanuts. That's a shoot on the way down right there, and that's one right there. They're not in the ground yet, because if I move them, see that? You can see the end of them coming out, but they're on their way in. At the end of those shoots is where the peanuts form. I got purple hull peas in this bin, and I got purple hull growing until I'm ready to put a cabbage in this bin. I'm gonna put cabbage. I got cabbage. They're little right now. They're in pots. I start my cabbage from seeds. And purple hulls, those are about ready to be picked. So all of this is cabbage. Well, that's cabbage and broccoli. So they'll be transplanted when they get a little bit bigger into that bin. And that bin right there full of purple hull peas there. The purple hull peas is fixing the soil for me. It's putting nitrogen in the soil. And cabbage and that broccoli is going to love that nitrogen. So that's what I do. I grow purple hull peas, which is delicious. See how purple it is? They're delicious to eat. Delicious, delicious, delicious. And let the soil get fixed. By the way, I had a cucumber plant come up in my bell pepper container. If you watch all my videos, from my very first videos, I'm still growing bell peppers out of that same container. The plant just keeps growing and growing and growing. But I guess I had a cucumber plant in this area right here, and I guess it threw some seeds, it dropped some seeds in that container because this came up, and I just let it grow. And so far, I got a cucumber in October. Look at that, cucumber in October. And if I get around to the other side, there's plenty of bell peppers. See that? There's one there. There's one under there. They're all over this bush here. I gotta get to the other side though. But plenty of bell peppers. If I come around, we got onions in there. I mean, that's garlic. Let me get out the sun. That's garlic. From store-bought garlic. Over here is that's onions over there. Those are green onions. Bell pepper right here. Bell peppers are just growing. They like the better weather. They like that hot weather. All of this is gonna be covered with bell peppers. I'll put some right there. Look at that. Got some kale right here. I'm gonna grow a bunch of kale this year. I think that's red Russian kale. I got some over here growing. I gotta see what it's called. I believe it's red Russian. Looks. I put my little tags in here, and then they just seem to disappear. Here's one right here. Yeah, it's red Russian kale. Those got nice and big. I guess they get more sun than the ones over there. And those aren't getting that big because they're being blocked out by those two pepper plants right there. Those are jalapeno peppers. And then this is the bin that I had tomatoes growing last summer. Them 3 nice tomato plants, and now more have come up. So I rather than pull them out, I'm gonna see what they do. But this plant here is actually taking over my broccoli starts. Those are all broccoli. that actually needs some sun to get going. So I don't know. I might pull this tomato plant up. I don't think it's going to produce a tomato before our first freeze, which is like a month away. So I'll probably pull those plants up and get them out the way. They had their season. Right here we got a jalapeno pepper. Look at that. Beautiful, right? This one hasn't produced. Oh no, it's got one on the way. There's one on the way there. This right here is chard. Orange chard. Orange Swiss chard. And them leaves are kind of big there. You can cook them or put them in your, chop them up, put them in your salad. And I'm probably gonna get some of that for next week's salad. Here's another bin that's all purple hulls. And when I'm ready and pull them out, plenty of purple hulls. They're everywhere. I need to pick these, but I'm gonna get those in this bin here. I'll probably make cabbage also. So I'm gonna have 3 bins with cabbage. The broccoli going to be in grow bags because if it get too cold, I gotta take the broccoli in. They didn't live long last year in that cold. This is jalapeno peppers, and jalapenos are growing everywhere. Jalapenos. This bush is full of jalapenos, and for some reason it wants to lay over because the purple hull pea plant came over and grabbed a hold of it and pulled it. You know, the purple hull pea plant can vine, but I'm gonna stand this back up straight. You know, lean it back up. It wants to lean. That's my parsley, my flat parsley. Looks very happy. I haven't seen that, but I need to cut some of that and dry it and make me some seasoning, some parsley flakes out of that. Definitely. That's my crush. I make crushed red pepper, but I use it for other stuff too. This is that firecracker pepper I've been growing since my video started. So same 2 bins. Them peppers been living in them 2 bins going on 2 years now. Amazing plant. Got some chives down there. I put that on. I made some mashed potatoes the other week and used that. That was real good. The sweet basil is still growing, but they look like that because I harvested a whole bunch of them and went ahead and dried them out and put them in containers seasoning. I mixed the thyme, the basil, and the oregano all together, and it comes out pretty good. Now this here patch, that's all peanuts with kale, and there's a lot of peanuts under the ground on this patch. This patch got a lot of spikes going in the ground. Yeah, if I can get close, I don't know if the sun blocking it, but there's 1, 2, 3 spikes right there in front of that rock right there. They go straight in the ground. I'm pointing at one. There's one over there. There's one over there. So plenty of spikes. There's 2 right there. See them 2? They waiting to go in the ground. They on their way. That's oregano. Here goes some broccoli I started but from seed in the pots. Some more oregano. That's broccoli. That's broccoli. I know there are 2 in there, too close, but I didn't want to kill them. You know, let's see what they do. And this here is cilantro and cilantro. So I pretty much grow stuff that I'm gonna use and eat. I just don't grow stuff just to be growing it. I got some garlic in here, and that's garlic right there. Here's another cayenne pepper plant, and I thought it was done because this one been producing a long time and it's just been making flowers, but no peppers. So here's 1 pepper. So I think it's coming back. Matter of fact, there's 2 peppers there. So I think it hasn't died yet. It hasn't give up the ghost, but see how the daggone purple hull peas get in its business and grab on it. So when purple hull peas are producing, they have flowers too. That flower there turns into a pea. A pea pod. So back here you can see flowers all in there. See, matter of fact, you can see something that's about to be a pea pod. So Going back this way, if I cut through here, I got that's purple basil. It looks happy. Here go another tomato plant that popped up. So those tomato plants over there are Roma tomatoes, where I grew from the seeds from one Roma tomato out of Walmart. This one here, these them burpee. There's some big old tomatoes. I didn't like the way they tasted, you know, and I probably need to pull this out of there because it's taking up space and sun from this plant. Matter of fact, I done moved that out the way, and if I go down there, look at all them that's in the ground. All of those are peanuts, all the way across. There's one right there. All that's gonna be peanuts at the bottom. Yep. In fact, here go another tomato plant that popped up. So tomato plants are everywhere. I'm gonna cut them out of here because they try to take over. This is strawberries that never did anything for me. 1 or 2 strawberries and that was it. Oh, but at least it's alive. You know, I'm happy about that. This is some thyme, lemon thyme, and it smells like lemon, but it hasn't grew well. This is my grapevine. It's only been 1 year, but it you know, when I started, I don't know if I videoed it, but it was way down there by that stick, real small. And hopefully this next season it grows some grapes. And here go my good old collards. And the wind is knocking them over. Last year I used to just prop them up, but it's not necessary because the way they grow, that arm that goes out sideways is going to get strong anyway, and it's going to shoot the plant straight up. I had some white flies on here yesterday, and I sprayed some stuff, some Dr. Jack's or whatever it is, and it seemed to have killed them off. Because as soon as you touch these leaves, they would fly out. So I just need a good rain to rinse these leaves off, or I come with a water hose and rinse them off. There's 1 or 2 there still. This one probably need to be sprayed again. But I didn't have white flies last year, so I don't know where they came from. So, also, if you notice, last video, I did not have the hay. I put the hay in for the winter, you know, to keep the ground at a constant temperature. And I usually put hay in once the plants are established, and I can put the hay around them. So hay is going to go in this one here once I can establish once that kale has established itself. I got hay there. I got plenty of hay. I got bales of hay over there. Okay, here I got basil that look real pretty. Sweet basil. I put it on everything. You put it just straight on your pizza, or I dry it and put it in containers. This is going to be all cabbage. I started from seed. That's cabbage. Cabbage. Only the strong survive. So, like this pot here, they already got 2 true leaves. They got true leaves. I got to cut all of those out and pull this one up. If I pull up with a root, I might find another home. But the cabbage can't grow side by side, or the heads will be small. I did grow 2 cabbages side by side in a bed last year in a grow bag, but the heads was small. So all of these gonna get cut out, and I'm gonna leave that one. But that one got true leaves already. This one got 1. So pull this up, nut grass. Here goes some cabbage. This is cabbage I put a long time ago, and it act like it didn't want to grow. So that's why I planted another one. So they're going to be too close to each other. But we'll see. And I didn't put none down this row because of that one that's there. It looks like it got ants that moved in. Come around here. Cabbage, 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 cabbage. So I'm gonna be weeding out the weak ones and leaving the strongest to become a big cabbage. Over here I got artisan, I think, broccoli, and this was really bad. I think that this is what drew the white flies, and I'll be buying stuff to get rid of these suckers now. And I guess the stuff did work, because they ain't flying away. They just falling off. But yes, they are. So I'm gonna have to. I don't know what I'm gonna do about this. A lot of them dead though. Maybe I need to spray it again. A lot of them coming out. I think this was what that particular broccoli is what drew them flies in my garden, because I didn't have them like that until I put this broccoli in. I'm gonna do the neem oil next. I should have sprayed the neem oil spray first, but I wanted to see if the other stuff would work, and it pretty much worked on the greens. Look at that. It's all organic spray. It's like soap and neem oil. It worked to the most part. So I need to come back and spray them. We're gonna get rid of them ahead of time, because if they get going, then they populate really quick. So over here I got some red bell pepper plants. I don't know if red bell pepper grows down here in zone 9A, because this thing always flowers, but I've seen only one pepper all summer. Oh, wait a minute. Time to take that back. There's one. Look at that. So it will grow some red peppers. But inside this competition, see this here? That's ginger. It's all ginger that I planted a long time ago, I guess, and didn't know it was there, and it decided to come up, and now it's really coming up. It's coming right on through that. So I got ginger plant and a bell pepper plant mixed together. There's some kale in there, and it's not getting much sun because everything else is blocking it off, but that's okay. I'm figuring when some stuff can't take the weather, the stuff that I put in like the kale that can take the freeze and the cold, they'll thrive when other stuff is out of the way. So that's how I'm playing it. You know, when some stuff stop working or stop growing, then I got other stuff to take its place, already in place, ready to go. So that's the garden tour, and I gotta get to picking some purple hulls, and I gotta go deal with them white flies. I see I got rid of most of them, but I'm gonna spray that one more time. Yes, sir. All right, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. If you have any questions or want to get a little instruction on how to do this, and you live down in my area on the south side of Houston, send me a message.